Good morning, Celebration Center. Hello, everybody here on Zoom. Hello, everybody on Facebook, watching live now, or perhaps watching live later on YouTube or Facebook, or even from our website. We are so glad that you all are here, that everyone is here this morning. Congratulations on successfully navigating the time change and springing forward this morning. I posted out to our group via email this morning that I'm not sure I quite sprung, but I did kind of trundle, stumble, step forward appropriately at the wee hours of the morning. It is wonderful to see everybody here. Of course, we are doing our services virtual and we'll continue to do so in a hybrid service once we come back to being in person. However, we are physically located in Falls Church, Virginia. So if you are in the area in several months when we come back to being in person, once the vaccine is widely available and we can safely do so and come back together, then I invite you to come join us in person if you are in the area. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing everybody here every week. So before we get started with our vision, I have really awesome news. Yesterday, our very own Janine Billou, the president of our leadership council, participated in a Toastmasters area competition, and she won, which, of course, how usual, she's amazing. I got to go be a observer. I was a guest on their Zoom and I got to see her speech. It was absolutely amazing. And this means that she is going on to the next step, which I believe is regionals. Do you know, Ivor, or is Janine here yet? Sometimes she's, yeah. So she will now be competing in regionals. And what's extra exciting about all of this is that her speech is so science of mind and so social justice and so all about creating a world that works for everyone. And I just love that this is the speech that she is giving, that she is moving through the ranks. She's already won a couple of times and she's continuing to go on in this international Toastmasters competition. So congratulations to Janine. Let's all give her a round of applause from home, some love. And now, with all of that being said, Ivor, will you pull up our vision? I invite you to say our vision along at home. Stay muted, but say our vision. And the reason that we do this is so that we can remember where we're all headed together and we can keep our eyes all headed in the same direction. So please stay with me. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. And we are truly doing that. And hello, Richard, you're on video. That's very exciting. It's good to see your beautiful face. And so now, without further ado, I invite Lynn Hollyfield and I believe All Angles to open us in some song.
Right. We're happy to share an Eddie Watkins Jr. song called Free. Free, 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 free to let it be. I open up my heart and let the music carry me. Free from pain and suffering, free from mistakes from the past. Free, 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 free to let it be. I open up my heart and let the Spirit carry me.
Free, 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 free to let it be. I open up my heart and let the music carry me. Free from rage and anger, free from all resentment. Free, 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 free to let it be. I open up my heart and let the Spirit carry me.
Free, 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 free to let it be. I open up my heart and let the music carry me. free from unforgiveness, free from controlling judgment, free, 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 free to let it be. I open up my heart and let the Spirit carry me.
Free, 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 free to let it be. I open up my heart and let the music carry me. Free from limited thinking, free from things that no longer serve me. Free, 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 free to let it be. I open up my heart and let the Spirit carry me. Free, 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 free to let it be.
I open up my heart and let the music carry me.
Free, 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 free to let it be.
I open up my heart and let the music carry me. Free.
Thank you so much, All Angles. And y'all, I buried the lead. Today, we have a guest speaker that I am just so excited about, and I didn't mention it right in the welcoming. So I would like to welcome Reverend JioDucci, who is our guest speaker today. I'm gonna pin her really quick so y'all can all see her amazing face. Hi, Reverend JJ. And so we are going to be hearing from her today about releasing and letting go. And oh, what a feeling. Reverend JJ is the assistant minister at the Greater Cincinnati Center for Spiritual Living, and she is the minister of inclusion and outreach. And we are just so excited to welcome her this morning. Thank you so much for being here, Reverend JJ. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And now I would like to invite our practitioner, Irina Kurashevitz, to, join us in a reading and some prayer.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Irina Kurashevitz, and I am one of the practitioners of the center. And it's my honor and my pleasure to be your platform practitioner. Last time when we had Reverend JioDucci, she was still a ministerial student, and now I'm so happy for her and for Cincinnati Center for Spiritual Living and for the whole organization and for the whole world to know that there are ministers like her. So I'm joining Reverend Chris in her delight to welcome Reverend JJ, and it's such a blessing to say Reverend JJ. It's interesting that the divine synchronicities always work for me. Reverend JJ sent me the suggested reading, and it's all about release. And today is the last day of, in Russia, it's kind of like a Mardi Gras. And tomorrow, the Eastern Christians, all the Orthodox Christians, they go to Lent. And today in Russia, it's a big tradition that people call each other when they meet people they know, they just ask for forgiveness. And it's called Forgiving Sunday because and when I was a child, I asked my grandmother, even people who don't go to church, they do it. And I asked her why we're asking for forgiveness from each other. And she says, because we're going to the land and we want to release everything that we had on our shoulders and on our head. So, and our topic today is release. It's just perfect. So the reading today is from the article, The Power of Releasing and Letting Go by Barbara Berger. One of the best ways to feel better is to release. What is releasing? Releasing is not a question of forgiving, although truly forgiving is probably even better than releasing, though harder to do. By releasing, I mean just that. You let go. Releasing is not an intellectual exercise. You don't have to forgive the person or event, nor you have to explain yourself why or how or if the act of release is justified. You just do it. Releasing is something you are doing for your own good, for your own health and well-being, not for anyone else. You don't practice release because you're trying to be noble. When you release, you do it simply because you know that if you can let things go, if you can release negative emotions, you're going to feel a whole lot better. When we harbor negative emotions toward people, places, things, situations, or events, we're actually liking ourselves to them with an almost unbreakable bond. You can be on the other side of the world, but if you harbor ill feelings for someone, you're linked to that person as if you were sitting in the same room battling each other. You're the person who suffers because you are the one who is carrying around the negative emotions. You're the one who is being eaten up inside. Not only do negative emotions make you feel bad, they can actually make you physically ill and manifest in the end as ulcers, heart disease, high blood pressure, and cancer, just to name a few of the more obvious ones. Remember to release first. It is interesting to know that often people who are working with positive affirmations don't get the results even they're seeking until they start releasing. This is because when we hold on to negative emotions, they do more than just bring us down, make us sick and clutter in our minds. Negative emotions fill up so much space in our lives that they can block our good from coming to us. And when we work with positive affirmations, we're striving to manifest new good in our life. Physical releasing. To make space for new good in your life, it's also important to release things in the physical plane. We have a tendency to collect things even if we no longer need them or use them. As you release all possessions, you will find yourself stirring up all energy and all emotions. It can be quite a dramatic and interesting experience. For many people, releasing possessions can be a really eye-opener. As you release, you can thank these things for serving you so well and then send them to serve someone else. After all, everything in the universe is energy, and energy doesn't like to be trapped on to stagnate. Energy likes to circulate, and you will feel better when you help it. Releasing attracts new good. Not only will cleaning up your clutter makes you feel better, creating new space or emptiness in your life is a good way of attracting new good, new things, new energy, and new people in your life. It makes sense, doesn't it? Releasing both mentally and physically also stimulates creativity. When you let go of old stuff, old ideas and things, the new ideas come pouring in. Somehow, just creating the mental space for new ideas attracts them. So don't worry if after releasing people, thoughts, and things from your life, you feel completely blank or empty for a while. It is this very emptiness that is a sure sign that new good is on its way to you. Emptiness always comes right before you get your best new ideas. Emptiness is a vacuum that attracts new good. And just take a deep breath and let it go. Release it. Just release the breath you took. And release all the worriness of this day, all the to-do list, all the thoughts that you had before the service. And you will come back after the service to those thoughts. And just let be this moment. And I know that God is. God is all there is, and God is presence. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. And that life is this moment, right here, right now. And as I know that God is all there is, God is the essence and energy within and around everything. I just know that I am. I am one and inseparable from the divine. I'm one with this energy, with harmony, peace, love, abundance, wholeness. I'm all that God is. And from this place of oneness, I know that everyone in this service is one. And everyone in this country and in this universe is absolutely one in God. Perfect expression and unique expression of the divine. Each and every individual is different. This is how God celebrates diversity. And as we're different, we're one with the source of all good. And I know that my job and the job of everyone is just to open our hearts and let the Spirit flow. And to let the Spirit in, I know I release. And I know that everyone has something to release. Something big or something small, it doesn't matter. And I know that it is an easy process. I faith that it is an easy process. Like we release the breath we took. And I know that more joy, more harmony, more fun, more laughter, abundance, prosperity, wholeness fills my heart and fills the hearts of all around me in this service and beyond. I know that magnificent life is my life and the celebration center life. I know that all the prayer requests are done in the perfect mind of God. I know wholeness, I know perfect relationship, love, peace, harmony, prosperity, abundance, joy, bliss. And I'm so grateful to know it for this community, for every individual on my screen, and everyone who's watching on Facebook, or for people who even don't know that we exist, but we know. Perfect life for them. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to speak the word of truth, for this opportunity to be in service. I'm so grateful to be here and to know it and to live the truth of God. And from this deep, deep gratitude, I let it be. I release my words into the law, knowing that they're already done in the perfect mind of God. And it's just mine to surrender to what beats my heart. And I let it be joyfully. I release. And this is so. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Irina. Now I invite Lynn back for more music.
Okay, thank you. That was beautiful, Irina. I'm going to do an original song. This is called Freedom to Fly, and I put the words in the chat box for you. Winter fields lying still, say goodbye. Tomorrow will bring the new. We're moving on, going forward. Watch the dawn, always change. Blankets old, letting go. It's good, we're told. Warming sun, open seeds, growing wild. Calls to me now. Close your eyes and feel the world. Hold on tight, you're in the swirl. Don't look back, there's nothing to leave. Feel your freedom to fly. Go on now, just fly, fly, fly. River stones, baking sun, roughness smoothed by river song, moving towards the open sea, flowing wild, calls to me, and now back to winter, long dark nights, laying dormant, decrease the light. Thoughts arise from the deep and move you towards your dreams to keep. Oh, 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 oh. And close your eyes and feel the world. Hold on tight, you're in this world. Don't look back, there's nothing to leave. Feel your freedom to fly. Go on now, just fly. Fly, fly. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. That was beautiful. I love Lynn's music. So now it is my honor and my pleasure to welcome Reverend JioDucci. And, you know, this woman is incredible. I had the honor to go through ministerial school with her. She has created workshops in Cincinnati. She has, there's one in particular through a Hope 5 initiative or 6 initiative for Cincinnati metropolitan housing entitled Dream Makers. You can have it if you want it. She's also the founder and director of a neighborhood-based organization called Students Concerned About Today and Tomorrow Incorporated. And that is a nonprofit organization building middle market homes to raise money for college scholarships. She's received numerous awards for her civic work. She is a 2-time cancer survivor. She was like I said, you know, she just attended ministerial school and graduated and licensed actually with me. And I just always loved every time her face showed up in one of my classes because I knew that I was about to have a lot of really amazing conversation and I was about to learn something. And it's just such an honor to welcome her here today, Reverend JJ.
Thank you so much. I am very, very thankful to be with you all this morning. And Reverend Chris, I loved you at Hello, the first class. We had a good time at understanding Ernest Holmes and so much that we didn't know, and we didn't know that we didn't know, but as we learned it, it just made so much sense to us. So thank you all. And Lynn, I've got to ask you for a copy of that song to take to our music director. It's just beautiful. And, you know, I'm so happy to be here because I feel like I know you all and in some special way. And Irina and I were blessed to be on the High Watch for Reverend Raymond recently too, for his ordination. And that was something that was just so beautiful to me. And actually he's speaking at our graduation down in Florida in June. So I'm looking forward to meeting him in person. And hopefully we can hug each other by June, you know, just hug each other and love each other up and say, how you doing, sugar? That's what I want to say. Well, you know, when I looked at our message for today, and of course I changed a few things around because that's just who I am. And I thought about, you know, we're talking about releasing and letting go. And something came to me from when I was a little girl. Music comes to me sometimes that I haven't heard in years. And in this case, about 40 years, I haven't heard this song. And it came to me and I remembered releasing and letting go. What does that really mean? And I saw my Nana sitting on the pew at the Baptist church in my mind when I was working on my talk, and she was rocking. And she didn't have her snuff with her at that time because she was dignified in church. She didn't dip the snuff. If she could have, she would have. And I felt her there and humming. and singing this Negro spiritual called Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. Since I laid my burdens down, I feel better, so much better. Since I laid my burdens down. And she'd rock some more. And it went with this talk today. I felt it so much because her burden was releasing that was holding her down, that was pressing her down. That's what that song was all about. And I'm thinking, yes, many of us are holding on to things that are pressing us down. And when we let it go, we feel so much better. It's a freedom type thing. And that's what I'm believing here. So when those lyrics came to mind and I started processing them the other day and working on my talk, I said, she released and she let go. She's free. That's what that song is talking about. Lightening your load. And that's what I want to share with you today. So the title of my talk is Release and Let Go. Oh, what a feeling. And it's a beautiful feeling. You know, I want to share something with you. Almost 10 years ago, actually more than 10 years ago, closer to 14 now, since I've been in religious science, I released and let go and didn't understand that's what I was doing, but I was searching and talking to God and praying and saying, you know, where I am in my life is no longer serving me. The church I'm at is no longer serving me. I wanted to be someplace where I could be who I was born to be, that I could live my purpose. And I sat and I prayed and I cried. I cried ugly tears. I mean, the kind of tears that just loop up under your chin and they meet together and they drip down. I was crying hard. I was unhappy. I was in pain. And then I walked into Centers for Spiritual Living of Greater Cincinnati. And something came over me that I didn't expect. There was this warmth, this love, this welcoming, this acceptance, the music, the diversity. I said, this is God's place. This is God's place. And I was home. And I like to say that, you know, I'm now living my purpose because of praying, which is my magic pill. And spirit as my guide, and joy as my elixir, and love as my cloak. I'm walking the path. Are there still things to release? Yes. So let's look at the theme for this year, which is timeless wisdom, evolutionary vision. And our theme for March is open to possibilities. And I won't talk long, but I want you just to bear with me and just feel and take a moment to just say, I'm going to be open to possibilities today. Just for this moment, this time we have together, to just be open to making a change that makes you feel better, so much better. One of the questions that we ask is, what does releasing really mean? Are we releasing baggage? Sometimes. Is that baggage within us? Oh, the mind is a powerful place. We know that in Science of Mind, don't we? It is a powerful place. And there are things that go on in our mind that no longer serve us, but we keep repeating the story in our minds. And if someone will listen, we'll tell them again. But oftentimes we may tell that story so much that it keeps pressing us down, holding us down like a boulder or something, pressing us down. That's that emotional baggage. That's that mental monkey chatter And the other part of this is the material things that no longer serve us. I mentioned to you the last time I was here, I was laid off for a year. And it'll be a year at the end of this month. And I walk around my house and I keep going through things and saying, you know, I need to get rid of those corporate suits because one, I don't weigh almost 400 pounds anymore. I weigh quite a bit less, hallelujah. And I look at these suits and I'm thinking, why am I holding on to these suits? Somebody could use these suits. A blessing would be for me to give these things away. And I had someone come and help me at one time before COVID really got to where we couldn't be together a lot. And she said, Miss JJ, why are you telling a story? I'm trying to help you get rid of these suits and every suit has a story. I said, oh yeah, it does. She said, well, let's make a new story for some people. So I was able to give her the suits for the emergency assistance center out here that's working with women to help them get on their feet in jobs. I realized that was a blessing to some of the women who needed that size suit. Okay. And I still have three left. And I'm thinking tomorrow, for sure, they're going to the emergency assistance center because I believe in walking my talk. Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith. I love this man. I met him in person once when he visited Columbus. But he's a founder of the Agape Fellowship Center in Los Angeles, and he was trained through Science of Mind, Centers for Spiritual Living. And I like to call him the godfather of New Thought Visioning, because he says in order to release and let go, you need to ask God, what is your vision for my life? How many of you have ever asked God, what is your vision for my life? What is the highest vision for my life? What is mine to do? So what he says that 100% of spiritual growth is letting go. I want to say that again. 100% of spiritual growth is letting go. It's releasing and letting go of ideas, beliefs, and attachments that no longer serve to create openness and spaciousness. Openness and spaciousness. See, in order to have room for that new thing to happen, that old stuff needs to go away that no longer serves us. Sometimes the old stuff, the old pain, the release may just be people in your life. And that's the hard thing too. Because sometimes they may be related to you. But I believe that you can love people greatly from a distance. I believe that prayer also is a wonderful elixir. You can pray for them and know them. And know that you are releasing them out of your life for their highest and greatest good, but also for yours. How many of you feel me this morning? You know what I'm saying? You have to, you're just saying, I give you the gift of goodbye. And oftentimes it's a gift. And oftentimes we give that gift, but then we ask for it back. And it's like the hamster, you know, that's in that cage, on that wheel that keeps going and it's going nowhere. I invite you to meditate on that too. Because releasing is not just the stuff, the material stuff, or the emotional stuff. Oftentimes, it's the people. It does not mean that you do not love them. I pray it means for you what it means for me, that I love myself more. All right? I love myself more. So I'm going to let you go. Releasing and embracing are where our work lies when it comes to manifesting vision. So Michael Beckwith is saying when we are releasing and we are visioning, asking for what is the highest purpose for my life. I realized in the Baptist church I grew up in, they said it a different way. They said, Lord, how will you use me? Use me, Lord. I'm asking God the same thing with the vision that God has impressed on me to walk this faith walk. And I have been blessed more than I could ever imagine. I am very clear that releasing and letting go, as Reverend Marie would say to me sometimes, it's more than a notion. It's more than just saying, bye, Felicia. You know, we've heard that term sometimes, bye, Felicia. Well, no, it's not that easy. It's a process. And praying and visioning helps with that process. Praying and visioning on what is the vision for your life is sitting still in the knowingness, in the silence, and listening to spirit. And understanding that everything does not come at one time when you're praying and visioning. Oftentimes it comes in bits and pieces. And as it comes in bits and pieces, I invite you to write it down and take a look at how it fits for your life. Because there's a reason Spirit is giving it to you slowly in those bits and pieces. Spirit knows us well. Spirit has given us free will. And oftentimes, the best way to move forward is what we call baby steps. Moving forward is part of that release. Spirit's highest vision for your life. Spirit's highest vision for my life. Do I still ask? Yes. Completing ministerial school, so many people ask me, where are you going to be? I said, I'm going to be in Cincinnati. Well, why would you do that? One, I like the city. Secondly, when I asked Spirit and listened 2 years ago, what is mine to do? Where am I supposed to be? I'm finishing ministerial school. Where? It says you are already where you're supposed to be. See, JJ, Centers for Spiritual Living of Greater Cincinnati needs you there. We need you to work with the children and the young adults. We need you to be in a support position for Reverend D. I'm like, Spirit, I like being the boss now. I like, everywhere I've worked, I've been the boss. Spirit said, rest yourself because you need to be over here. Oh, what fun I'm having being over here. Loving and learning from my senior pastor. Meeting some of these new kids who are teaching me different words. And I'm loving up on them. Because it's a new dawn for me because graduating from ministerial school was a vision that has come manifest. So my responsibility now doesn't feel like a whole lot of responsibility, even though it does. But because I've released that thing where I have to be in charge and I have to do this, I am high on life. I'm feeling good. I wake up in the morning ready to go, ready to do, ready to be. That's what I'm saying. Oh, what a feeling. Does God talk loud? Sometimes. In our minds, in our sleep, through the wind. That's where your answers may come from. Through a song. There are so many melodies that were in Lynn's song this morning. So much to get out of those words, those lyrics. And I said, speak, Spirit. I felt it. So I'm asking you and inviting you to allow your mind and your heart to be in concert for the visioning of what is yours to do, of what is yours to release. As Lynn said, fly. And that's what you feel when you release. It's flying. It's feeling no pressure. When I thought about, and I'm getting back to the relationships, and I was in a relationship that was draining, just draining. It cost me financially. I'll be honest, it cost me $60,000 from my retirement account. Because I was helping out a family member. It didn't work out well. And I felt bad. And I kept thinking, why am I going through this? Well, first of all, Spirit told me not to do this. It suggested that this was not a prudent decision. I didn't listen. So I honestly spent $60,000 paying cash for a house in Cincinnati, a small, small house, for one of my family members to live in. It was very painful going through that valley. It was very painful. But I look at the other side of that valley and the blessing that I received on the other side of that valley was learning myself better and learning that what I believe is the highest and greatest good for somebody may not be their highest and greatest good. So I learned that visioning, seeing the highest and greatest good is for me. It is an inside job. I can't vision for someone else. I can vision for me. I can speak to Spirit for me. I can pray for that other person and know they're good. But I can't vision for that other person and do something for them that they may not necessarily want. And that's what I did. Now, where does the forgiveness come in? Well, it took me 2 years to forgive myself. 2 long years. going to my practitioner, crying and woe is me. And one time she said, JJ, now we've heard this story before. It's already done. Yes. So what are you going to do now? Then I had to look at the blessing, because bringing my extended family member back to Cincinnati to live in this house, there was a blessing attached to it. You see, she had cancer. She lived in New York. Bringing her here with family, she was able to make her transition here surrounded by family. So was I a zealot in wanting to fix everything? Yes. But as you know, as religious scientists, we can't fix other people. We can only take care of ourselves that way, right? So that's what I had to learn to do. And on the day before this dear one died, I was able to ask her for forgiveness and say, I love you, and release all that pain and guilt I was feeling for putting my values on her, putting expectations on her. My expectations weren't hers. Eugene Holden, whom I love very much, I've never met him. I read anything he writes, I'm running for. And Eugene Holden shares with us that part of releasing or holding on to not releasing, just pulling back and saying, no, I'm not going to let it go now, is fear. It's fear. And in Science of Mind magazine, December 2018 issue, he says, fear keeps us hanging on to what doesn't work in our lives. It also keeps us from surrendering to our good. Surrender has two sides. We surrender all that does not serve us when we surrender to our greatest good. Let me say that again. We surrender all that does not serve us. Then we surrender to our greatest good. Surrender is the operative word. Because if we are to vision, to release, and let go, we are surrendering to spirit, are we not? We're surrendering to the all-knowing, the all-powerful. Surrendering is freedom. It's part of that freedom that we have that's available to us only if we allow it to be. So I want to leave you with something and invite you to do something. I invite you to surrender, to let go, to believe and know that your greater yet to be is within you already. It's encoded in your DNA. You were magnificently made. You were wonderfully made. And you are free to be whomever and whatever you want to do and whatever you want to be. But surrendering is part of it. Leaving the fear behind. And finally, Ernest Holmes says, we must increase our receptivity, continuously extend and expand our comprehension. We shall declare 100 times a day, there is no limit to the good which is mine. That's from Science of Mind. Living the Science Mind, I should say. There is no limit to the good that is mine. Let us take this into prayer. Oh, happy day, Divine Spirit, Father, Mother, God, knowing beyond any hesitation, knowing beyond any reservation that I am free to be and free to seek my highest and greatest good, knowing that releasing the material things that no longer serve me are things that are a blessing and could be a blessing to many people. And knowing as I release these things, I bless each one along the way. Knowing that the feelings I harbor sometimes of lack, of distrust, of aggravation and frustration that no longer serve me, that eat away at me physically and emotionally. Glory, glory, hallelujah. I lay that burden, Father. I release it because I love feeling better, so much better. And knowing, Father, Mother, God, Spirit, that those people in my life, those people in the lives of each one of you in the sound of my voice today, that no longer serve you, that make you feel when you're close to them that something is pulling at your insides, but you love them. Knowing that loving from a distance is peace in your life. Knowing that you may release and let go. Knowing today, going forward, always remembering that you are free to let it be, to open up your heart. I pray and know these things for each of you and for myself. And so it is, and so we allow it to be. Ashe and Amen. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Reverend JJ. That was amazing. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now I invite Lynn back for some more music.
All right. So I put the words in the chat box. I'm going to do, just have to do the Ricky Byers song, I Release and I Let Go. There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you, Lynn. I have been singing that song in my head all week since I got Reverend JJ's talk title. And that was a beautiful, beautiful rendition of that Michael Gott song. Thank you. This is the time in our service for our prayers and our gifts. And so first, if you have a prayer request or something that you would like us to know in treatment, which is spiritual mind treatment, that is our specific type of affirmative prayer of knowing the truth for you, whether that is something that you're wanting to bring into your life or perhaps something that you're wanting to release, something or someone that you are wanting to release out of your life to surrender to that highest good that Spirit has in store, then I invite you to submit those prayers, those treatments, those knowings to us. And there's a couple of different ways you can do that. The first is by going to our website at celebrationcenter.org and clicking on Request Affirmative Prayer and filling out that form. That goes straight to our practitioners and is confidential. And the other way is to email prayer@celebrationcenter.org. And I am putting that in the chat right now. And if you email that, it goes once again straight to our practitioners. All of those prayers are held in our hearts and confidential. And now I invite you to take your gift in your hands, if it is a physical gift, or perhaps it's your phone or your mouse because you click it in via PayPal or your debit card, or maybe it's just some energy. And I invite you to just bring that into your heart. And I know that whatever your gift is to this center, whether it is your time, your talent, your treasure, your energy, simply your love, that gift goes through this center, touching lives, touching this whole community, the entire planet and beyond. And it returns to you multiplied abundantly in every single way. And so I invite Ivor to bring up our offertory affirmation, and please say this along with me at home. I open my heart to give and receive the blessings that our spirits promise to me. As I do, the entire universe conspires to give me an abundant life, and I open to accept it. And so it is. And Lynn, do you have an offertory song for us?
Yes, we do. All angles and I. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
This healing, this healing, this healing day.
This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Yeah, and thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
I'm grateful for this day.
I'm grateful for this day.
Irina, will you please bless our prayers and our gifts?
Of course. I just go to the place of gratitude. I'm so grateful to know Reverend JJ. I'm so grateful for her message today. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm so grateful to see her beautiful face. She's one of the most beautiful women I've ever met. I just love to look at her. And I'm grateful for Reverend Chris, for her energy around the center, for her willingness to say yes and to smile and to laugh and to serve. And I'm grateful for everyone. I'm grateful for the gifts that the members and the friends of the Celebration Center give, unconditionally loving gifts. And I know that unconditional love has so many shapes and forms, and it transforms the world. And I know abundance for the Celebration Center and for all the members and friends and visitors. And I know that all the prayer requests are answered in the perfect mind of God. I know that there is healing going on. I know there is love, there is peace, there is connection, there is perfect relationship, there is harmony, there is enough, there is peace, there is oneness, there is love, there is compassion, kindness, everything answered in the perfect mind of God. And I'm so grateful to know it. I'm so grateful to speak this word and believe it. And I just let it be. I release. It's a powerful practice of release, and I practice it right here, right now. And this is so, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Irina. And now I would like to invite Michael Zawadzki to give us some updates and announcements.
Good morning, beloved community. Can you all hear me? Yes, good. All right. Well, thank you, JJ, for that awe-inspiring message. I feel released already, ready to rejoice and ready to be renewed today. It's wonderful. So, announcements, getting back to what I'm here for. Remember to subscribe to the new YouTube channel. We've got 35 subscribers already. So thanks everybody for subscribing. And when we get to 100, we're going to choose Reverend Chris's new hair color. She hasn't said what hairstyle we get to choose, but we might be able to do that too, right? Get a mohawk or a mullet or a shave. I mean, I don't know. We got to find that out. So tell all your friends to subscribe, and we've got something to look forward to. The next Leadership Council meeting is Thursday, March 18th. So that's coming up very fast, 7:30 to 9. It's going to be in a different room because the music ministry is going to be on our regular Zoom. So check the website for the upcoming events. And then beginning April, all Leadership Council meetings will be on the third Tuesday of each month, 7:30 to 9. And everybody is welcome. And as you can see, we have our weekly happenings. So please note those recurring events with yoga, meditations. We've got chanting, we got drumming, we got daily morning check-ins. What more do we want, right? All right, let me see. That's about it, everybody. So thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, Michael. And I also would like to bring your attention to Brent Mast is in the room, and he is our fearless drum circle leader. And he has just informed us in the chat that the drum circle is starting back up. I am extra super excited about this. So our first drum circle of the new year is going to be on March 27th. That's a Saturday at 1:30 p.m. in Roundtree Park. And everybody is welcome to that. So if you're listening on Facebook, if you've never been to any event in our center and you hear about this drum circle, please come. It is an amazing experience. I got to attend when I was here in November, having my candidating weekend, and I just really loved it. Brent is an amazing teacher, an amazing drummer, and I'm super excited that this is happening again. So that will also be going up on our website so that you can remember that it is in Roundtree Park on Saturday, March 27th at 1:30. And also, Michael, I'm not sure that y'all are gonna get to choose my hairstyle because I'm pretty committed to the length. I've been growing it out for really like this. You see my roots. I've been growing it out this long. So, but we will see if somebody has an amazing idea. I am open, and I am definitely open to the color. So do you want teal? Do you want rainbow? Do you want blue? Do you want pink? Do you want red? What do you want? What do you want? You get to have it. Just like the universe, I say yes to what you want. So thank you so much, Michael, for those announcements. And now I'm all over the place. I don't even know where we're headed next. I want to say that it is time for our closing song. Yes, Lynn.
All right, thank you. Put the words in the chat. This is, I hope everybody sings along at home. We used to do this a lot. Down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Each day's a new day, each day's a new day, down in my soul, down in my soul. Each day's a new day, each day's a new day, down in my soul, down in my soul. Each day's a new day, down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. Yeah, and the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Yeah, the whole wide world is my home.
Thank you so much, Lynn. That was beautiful. And I would like to invite Reverend JJ, if she is up to it, to give us our benediction and send us out.
I would be honored to do so. And thank you so much. Reverend Chris, I go for purple hair. I'm just saying, purple is the color of spirit, and you got that thing going on now, that spirit. So I'm just, if I can vote, guys, I'm saying purple. All right. If we can just take a breath together and release. Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, God, as we leave this service today, knowing that we leave in peace, in love, in harmony, in joy, in knowing our prosperity, and knowing our freedom, and knowing to let go and let God. Blessings for this country, for our world, freedom and love and joy and hope, peace and prosperity. Giving thanks for the beautiful music today, giving thanks for Reverend Chris being at her new home, giving thanks for everyone here today, and knowing, and absolutely knowing, your greater yet to be is upon you. And so it is. And so we allow it to be. Let us all say, and so it is.
So it is.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, JJ, and thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here. And thank you to everyone else for being here. We'll say bye for now on Facebook. And if you are on Facebook right now and you want to join us for our Zoom community call happening now, that link is in the comments for you. And we invite you to join us. And bye, Facebook.
Bye-bye. Love you guys.